Hello, I'm Ariana if you're new here. If you're not, welcome back to my channel. Today we're getting into this beautiful double cut crease look. This is so much easier than it looks, and I am obsessed with these colors and the way that this came out. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it, and I promise it's so easy. So this is our starting point, and the palette that we're using today is the Colourpop Going Coconuts palette. This palette is so cute. It's very neutral, browns, pinkish, pinks. Okay, and now we're gonna go ahead and prime our lid. So I like to use the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer in the shade Alabaster. So I usually use this to prime my lids because it is very white. This allows the colors to pop a little bit more on my skin tone. I also just use this instead of like actual eyeshadow primer because I don't have any and I have this and I feel like they work the same. So the first shade I'm going in with is this dark brown shade, and I'm going to put this on the entire crease. I also want to mention that the way that we get like a really nice clean look is by using brushes that are gonna do what we want them to do. So I feel like a really crucial part of this eyeshadow look is the brush, and I'm using a really small packer brush to pack on this crease. This is gonna make sure that the darkest brown, which is this shade of brown, is gonna stay exactly where I want it to stay. It's not gonna kind of like go all the way up toward the brow bone, and it's not gonna get really messy or muddy. So I am using a really small brush to keep the eyeshadow in the place that I want it to be. So after I applied it to my crease, I'm flipping the brush over and I'm just blending out the edges. So I don't have any eyeshadow on this brush. I wiped it off and then I went back in with the same brush because I'm just kind of trying to blur out the upper edge to make it easier to blend in the next shade that we're going in with, while also kind of making sure that the dark brown is contained. So this is the transition shade that we're going in with. This is like a dusty mauve shade. It doesn't really show up as pink like in the final look, but this is kind of like a neutral look. But if you do want to go for like a more pink direction, you definitely can. But I'm actually going in and blending this into that dark brown shade. So I'm taking a really small blending brush. Again, this is going to allow me to keep the pigment exactly where I want it to go and not blow it out and blow it up, mess it up, and just make it go further than I want it to. And then lastly, I'm going in with a brow bone shade, which is the lightest shade in the palette, and I'm just highlighting my brow bone and just kind of finishing off that upper area. Next, I'm going in and carving my crease. So this is literally the same kind of technique as a normal cut crease. I like to just kind of place the initial concealer on my little brush on the inner corner, and then I just kind of drag it along my eyelid. So I am so used to my eyes, and this like just that one swipe cut crease situation happens with practice. So I like to just do it in one swoop because it's nice and clean. But if that is not the easy way for you, then I'd suggest kind of stamping on your brush onto your lid with the concealer and creating that shape and then just connecting those lines. So I went ahead and filled in that space on my lid, and now I'm just making sure that the concealer is nice and blended out so we have a smooth canvas to work with when we're adding in the eyeshadow on the lid. So with this double cut crease situation, you want to make sure that it is a little bit higher than your normal crease because we're kind of trying to create an illusion of a larger lid space. Also, if you do have hooded eyes, then I would definitely recommend going higher than your crease to create that illusion. So what we're going to do is go in with an angled brush. Also want to mention that I use a really small concealer brush to create or carve out the lid. So I'm using an angled brush with this white shade, which is the same shade that we used on our brow bone, and I'm literally just lining that upper line of the cut crease. So I'm literally kind of just like stamping it on. I didn't really swipe too much until I got to like the wing area, but I'm trying to make sure that it is super controlled and I'm not really kind of like experiencing any fallout, and making sure like the eyeshadow isn't going literally everywhere. And I'm also going in with a second layer too. So it's always important to remember that you can always build up on your eyeshadow, but if you put too much on, then it's going to be kind of harder to take that off. So you want to make sure that you go in with like a smaller amount first and then build that up. So I went in with like 2 layers of the white shade, and that is creating the first initial cut crease line. So I actually actually did not cut my crease again. I kind of just used this space in the concealer that I already placed on my lid and kind of worked around that to create a double cut crease illusion. So what I'm doing here is kind of doing like a halo situation, and I'm trying to make sure that the brown eyeshadow is not really touching the white eyeshadow line. So this is going to create the illusion of a double cut crease because I'm trying to keep that line as clean as possible. Again, using the right tools is going to make your job or your life so much easier. So I am kind of creating an illusion of another cut crease by kind of carving out my lid again, but just with the eyeshadow. So we're basically creating like kind of like a halo situation where I'm putting the dark brown shade in the inner and outer corner. I also kind of winged it out a little bit in the outer corner just to create more of like a complicated look, and I feel like it looks so cute. Like wings are always they just look so pretty. So I'm also going ahead and blending out the inner corners where the two dark brown placements are facing the inner corner, in the middle of the eyelid. I went in with the transition shade again, and I'm just packing that on to where I blended out the brown shade. So you want to make sure that even though we're blending in a transition shade, we want to keep like some of that dark brown on the innermost and outermost corner, and we're just going to want to make it look like it's gradually getting lighter as we go more toward the center of the lid. And then lastly, I went in with the white shade from the crease line, and I'm just packing that on in the center and being mindful to blend that into those two transition shades. One of my best tips for a really good halo eyeshadow look is to make sure that you're using 3 shades and creating a 3 shaded gradient instead of just using 2 shades and kind of making like a inner and outer darker and lighter situation, because this is what's going to make it look nice and blended and a gradual blend, and also just a beautiful intricate design that looks like it took you forever, but it was actually just an additional eyeshadow shade. So I'm basically going ahead and adding that again. I used a second layer again of the lightest shade on the center of the lid just to make it pop a little bit more and like let it play off of that contrast, and that's literally it. So the last thing I did was I cleaned up the outer corner with some concealer and my concealer brush, using like the same shade that's going on under my eyes. This is going to create symmetry with both eyes and also just sharpen up that outer wing and just clean up the eyeshadow look overall. You want to make sure that you're using a concealer that is similar to what's happening underneath your eye, and then go ahead and blend it out. And don't be afraid to put your concealer over your powder. It will blend out. This is literally what I'm doing right here. So this is the final look. I went ahead and put on some lashes and a lower lash line as well. So I did kind of mimic the halo on the lower lash line, which is why it does look so much more interesting, but I promise that was super easy to do as well. If you do want a lower lash line, like a lower lash line halo tutorial, please let me know. And this is the before and after. This is a very interesting illusion when you like just look at it like this, and I am obsessed. So let me know what you guys think. If you have any other video suggestions you'd like to see from me, please let me know. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!